Hi, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about healthy eating today versus the notion of conscious eating and why those two aren't always necessarily the same. So I consider myself, for instance, to be a very healthy eater, though eating healthy is not actually something I think about. The reason I eat what I do is because I really like it. And I think that's for a lot of people possibly a less restrictive and more fun approach to eating and being healthy. And the reason why I think this is important now is because obviously the COVID-19 crisis, the pandemic, has really highlighted the importance of proper eating for a variety of reasons. The three main ones being that obviously the better your immune system is, the better your health is, the less you have to worry about the potential outcome of contracting COVID-19. But also because the food we eat today comes a lot of the times from monocultures, from hyper-industrialized farming practices, which makes for very nutrient-poor crops, and also monocultures, as a lot of you might know, deplete ecosystems and destroy the soil. Also, when it comes to factory farming of animals, it's evident that factory farms are breeding grounds for and transit points for potentially lethal pathogens. I know that we think that the coronavirus, SARS-2, came from bats, but previous epidemics like SARS and the swine flu, they both originated in factory farms, and it's only a matter of time before it happens again. So our hope is that in this pandemic, more and more people are going to wake up to the realization that food and food choices are an incredibly powerful force for positive transformation, not just for our own health, but indeed also for the planet and society. So the difference again between conscious eating and healthy eating, to come back to the original point, is that a lot of people obsess about this thing about healthy eating. It becomes this dogmatic thing, and then we have a tendency to jump on food trends and fads, such as this notion that avocado is practically something that you now can't live without if you want to be truly healthy. That is certainly not the case. You can absolutely eat healthy and enjoyably without eating avocado all the time. Not saying you should never eat it. And similarly with something like quinoa, where this is suddenly heralded as a super grain. And actually, quinoa is a staple crop for indigenous people in Bolivia. And because health conscious people obsessed with health in the Western world started eating a ton of this, that means that people in Bolivia are now struggling to actually be able to afford it. And so the implications are a lot broader than just what happens to your own health. And I would like to, on behalf here of the Bear Kitchen, to basically say that you don't need to eat grains that are transported from halfway around the world in order to be healthy. In fact, healthy eating is as simple as eat like a bear. The bear eats mostly plants. Up to 90% of its calories come from plants. And although it has no concept of seasonal or local, obviously being a bear, it eats nothing else. And it doesn't eat any highly processed foods and factory farmed animals. And that's really as simple as we can break, the most simple form we can break healthy eating down into. Eat seasonal plants primarily, and eat less but better quality meat, never from factory farms, and avoid highly processed ingredients. And of course, do eat an avocado and do eat quinoa once in a while, but try and focus on the locally sourced ingredients. And then also, at least that would be my advice, try not to think about eating something because it's healthy. Eat it because you really, really enjoy it. You can go to our website where we have lots of interesting examples of, for instance, something like spring greens. That is a huge favorite of mine. They're in season right now. They are incredibly good for you, just like all other dark leafy greens. And they are absolutely delicious when you know what to do with them, such as, for instance, stir-frying them with a bit of soy sauce, oyster sauce, and maybe some dark miso if you want to keep it entirely plant-based. You get that umami in there, and umami really is the key to making plants the star of the show. Also learn how to look at meat as being a flavor rather than being the bulk. And then think about beans as being beans and pulses, as being the primary source of protein along with seeds and nuts. That would be my recommendation. I live by it myself, and like I said, I don't have to think. I never think about healthy eating. I just really enjoy my food and my cooking, and I hope you will and do too. So thank you very much, and enjoy.